Go.
I'll wait for you to get in.
Okie dokie, let's go.
Hello everyone, welcome to Hardwired, your destination for video game and technological talks. And we have two main topics for today. One, that AMD released their new RYZEN 7 chips. And
Finally.
Alright, now Ethan, fill us in more about that.
Okay, so let me pull over my computer right here. 2007 MacBook glory. Okay, I'm gonna allow that. Anyway, so what RYZEN is finally a competitor to Intel's chips. And what RYZEN is a cheaper alternative, and it's basically the same speed as Intel chips for about half the price, literally.
Alright, so Ethan, what I learned was one of the big points is it has 8 core. Is that
okay?
Is that revolutionary? Is that important?
Okay, so previously on Intel chips, there has been, even in the 6900Ks and the extreme processors, they've only had up to 6 cores on them, and on a $1,000 chip only had 6 cores. Mind you, these cores are much faster and much more efficient than the AMD cores, which is why an 8-core processor can only compete with a 6-core. Those 2 cores are being leveraged slightly differently, and now the biggest issue is most games coming out in the past years, since AMD hasn't had anything out to compete with Intel since 2011, for crying out loud. Like, even my FX 8350, I can't stream on the thing anymore because it's just can't keep up. And that technically has 8 cores, but what it really is it's 8 independent cores that can work, but they all share resources, so it's more like a 4-core.
Alright, so Ethan, with these new chips, is there anything extremely impressive that we should be looking out for?
Yes. The total draw of the power, the TDP, in watts is literally the highest end. Ryzen X 1800X has a 95 watt TDP compared to Intel's over 100 watt. That's very important for people who have a power bill to pay. Also, the boost clock on the Ryzen 7 1800X is 4 gigahertz, which is very, very impressive.
Nice.
And also, the Ryzen 1700X can compete with the 6800K from Intel, the i7 6800K, and that one is only clocked at 3 gigahertz and boosts to 3.7, and it has only a total draw power of 65, while the Intel competitor has about 90. It also comes with the Wraith Spear cooler, which is a very nice cooler. I have the Wraith cooler, the original one, in my build, and I love that thing. It's extremely quiet and very well built. And the best part about these prices is, okay, $499 for the Ryzen 7 1800X, 1700X is $399, and the Ryzen 7 1700X,
no, just 1700,
sorry, can compete with a 7700K, and it cost about $40 less. And it's faster in some situations.
So Ethan, the last question on this topic: do you think that this is like a stepping stone for AMD? Do you think that they're going to release similar Ryzen chips to this?
Now, actually, that's a very good question. Yes, they have already announced the R5 series and the R3 series to come out later this year. And
I guess R4 just got gypped then.
No, it's because it's probably similar to why Intel has the i3, i5s, and i7s. So the R7s, R5s, and R3s, get it?
Oh, I get it. Ryzen 3s, and then Intel 3 and Intel.
Intel, yes. Okay, and so we are going to see slightly better chips that can compete with the i5s and i3s. And that would be amazing. But the biggest thing about this entire thing that's going on is the prices. Intel has basically had a monopoly on this entire thing and the entire CPU market for several years now. And so now that they don't have a monopoly, they're going to have to drive down their prices and start producing better chips to compete. Because Kaby Lake versus Skylake, there's no competition. The Kaby Lake and the Skylake are basically the same chips, just Kaby Lake's a bit faster.
All right. Well, Ethan, so thank you for the scoop on the new Ryzen 7 chips. And I think the biggest story to this point, as I'm sure we all well know, is that the Nintendo Switch came out fairly recently. And that game...
I believe it was last Thursday.
Yeah, and that console had...
Friday, actually.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Let's face it. I'm sure that there are a bunch of people out there that pretty much just bought it for Breath of the Wild. Come on.
Hold on. Before we go on to Breath of the Wild, even, we should cover the Switch itself.
Oh yeah, okay. What is revolutionary about that is it has special technology. I don't know if you heard about this, Ethan, but it has special technology that allows the sensations to be so impressive. Like, there's this game on the one of the launch games that comes with the Switch. It's this game where you have to guess how many balls are inside this imaginary box.
All right,
and you feel it in your hands.
The HD rumble.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Yes, that is extremely cool. My script is bugged as all get out. And
good.
Okay, and so the coolest thing about the Nintendo Switch is, like most Nintendo consoles, it is not intended to be in competition with other consoles or gaming PCs at all. Like, most people say the Xbox One would be comparable to my RYZEN, my non-RYZEN. I want a RYZEN chip, but my FX 8350 machine over there.
It's running this, by the way.
Yes.
Shouldn't install the thing that's letting us bring up the podcast, shouldn't you, Ethan?
And so the chipset is very. So it was a competition. They're competitors. Gaming PC versus Xbox One or PlayStation 4. And I'm an Xbox fanboy, so I usually like Xbox, but I
Ethan
PCs.
is in love with Microsoft and just completely in love with it.
Although I prefer gaming PCs.
Yeah, which is strange because he has an Apple symbol on his Xbox 360.
He thought it was an Apple computer.
I know, that was embarrassing. I was like, why does your Apple computer look like an Xbox? Oh, Ian. Anyway, so, yes, and also there's been some rumblings that the Nintendo Switch might have some other features. People are saying since Nintendo recently bought the rights to a VR strap headset looking blueprint device, they might be adding stuff to the Nintendo Switch so that it might be able to handle VR, augmented reality, AR, just a bunch of different stuff.
Augmented reality is AR, dude.
I know, that's what I meant.
Okay, actually...
And so that's why I thought that it was really interesting, because...
I'm going to defeat you right there and then. Actually, the Nintendo Switch, even when connected to its dock, cannot do VR. It's not VR, powerful
but
enough.
AR.
AR, maybe.
Yeah, that's why they bought the rights to it.
Wait, does it have a front-facing camera?
Yeah. Well, no, they're
the back-facing camera.
No, like what happens is...
okay.
In the handle things, there's this back-facing camera that can...
I think I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yes, so it's possible to get AR, and maybe some kind of failure of VR that will not be good at all.
Yeah, but, they already failed with VR. Virtual Boy in the 90s.
Oh, that was horrendous.
So anyway, the Nintendo Switch might be a compound, machine there. It can do AR, a bunch of different stuff, and, I'd recommend watching the video that Matt Pat put out about what the Nintendo Switch could be. It's a very interesting video, and something that he said is that where other competitors, for example, PlayStation, they're bringing out their new TV service, they're bringing out the PlayStation VR, while the Nintendo Switch can have those things in one. And he thought that is going to definitely put them above the other heads of that console socialarchy. That I didn't end that correctly, but...
I don't think that Nintendo's going to be able to compete with... There's two different kinds of people. There's the people who want a Switch, and then there's the people who want a... What's it called? An Xbox One or PlayStation 4. They're not designed... The Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are not designed to compete with the Switch. And the Switch is not designed to compete with... Yeah, you get that.
Fair enough. But the Nintendo Switch could still definitely be important and could definitely be a console of importance.
It's a very impressive thing because...
With that HD Rumble technology.
Yes, and what's been happening with console gaming is becoming a lot more like PC gaming. And I
True.
hate that. Because, man, this is coming from a PC gamer, so it sounds really stupid. But, no, when I want to play a game on a console, I want to play it with friends. That's why there's 4 controller ports on a console. That's why there's always been local multiplayer. And now it's becoming, you have to own an Xbox One, I have to own an Xbox One, and everybody who wants to play the game with me has to own an Xbox One. I would not care if the Xbox One Scorpio cost $600, but could be the equivalent of 4 Xbox Ones stuck together.
Yeah.
Because I would play it. Because I would have friends over and I'd play it local on the internet play. Because I cannot stand it when I can't play my games with friends.
Yeah,
when I have like Kim over and the 360 we can't play several games without being tied to internet over multiple consoles. It's horrible.
All right, so
and that's the nice thing about the Switch is it's designed to be mobile play on, and you can even link multiple Switches together really quickly. It's pretty cool.
All right, and then the last thing is to finish this up. Time for our game topic for today. Ethan, what is the game that you've been playing the most recently?
Oh man, that's Kerbal Space Program.
Really?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah, I'm sort of addicted.
Yeah, so on our channel, Nerds and Gamers, we recently put up some Kerbal Space Program videos, and apparently that started an addiction in Ethan.
Yes, I just built a space shuttle.
Alright, and then the game that I've been playing the most recently is actually Borderlands 2. It's a great game. It's,
Wait, you don't have internet at your house?
I know, I don't play online Borderlands 2, but anyway.
Oh, you just reminded me. Sorry, we should have mentioned this earlier, but Nintendo announced that, what's it called? They'd have their online play now cost money.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
So, what do you think of that? Do you think that's a good idea on Nintendo?
I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to throw their hat in the ring more, because they used to just kind of be like this nice company that would like be like, hey, all right, so everyone cares about Xbox 360 and Xbox and PlayStation, but hey, we'll still put out. Ethan, are you okay? He's coughing on some water that he had. Anyway, so I think that this is Nintendo's ways of pretty much saying, hey, we can still be relevant too. We'll charge more for the online play so that it'll be similar to the PlayStation Network or the Xbox Live. And I think that it's not necessarily a good or a bad idea, as it is a marketing strategy to pretty much get them out there more.
I think that Nintendo's doing this because they think that their console will finally be something that people will want to pay for.
And it probably will be. It probably will be. It's been all over the news and stuff.
I forgot something, though.
What?
The Nintendo Switch, it'll be everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So think about this.
That's true.
If Nintendo is taking one of their strongest things they do, which is the DS, DSi, and 3DS, combining it with the Wii and a couple other things like the Wii U's best parts.
The Wii U is not, the Wii U is not my favorite.
So they just made a super console. But people who bought the Wii U are how likely to buy a Switch?
Yeah,
because the Switch was the Switch was hyped as all get out right now.
It still is hyped.
And hype is fair.
Think about it. It can be a handheld. It can be a console thing.
But also,
like
what console was hyped really, really well? Really a lot.
Well, the Wii, but that kind of lived up to it in 2008.
The Wii U was completely overhyped.
Yeah, because that was not as impressive.
The issue was a lot of people thought it was just an attachment for the Wii. A screen that goes on your
That's
Wii.
pretty much what it was.
Which would have been awesome. If we could pay $100, not even $100. Yeah, probably like $100 or $150 to get a tablet so I could take my Wii with me so long as I'm in a certain range. Would have been awesome.
Kind of like a Bluetooth kind of deal.
That's sort of what it was. But and also I was talking about the power of the Switch. 720p screen at 60 FPS though.
I know that was kind of a deal breaker, but it's
Deal breaker?
well. I mean,
No, not from the size of the screen to the distance from your eyes. It's Retina almost quality. You won't be able to notice it.
yeah, it'll work well enough. But that's why Ethan was saying that it couldn't handle VR and stuff because with all of that combined, this 720 would
And
not
plus
work.
plus it's just a really small tablet.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah, okay.
and then back to Borderlands 2. Thanks, Ethan. We took like a 5-minute tangent there. Back on the Nintendo Switch.
20.
Anyway, so Borderlands 2. Yeah, I really I think my favorite thing right now is the characters. Like it's so
It's the same thing.
funny and quirky. All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for listening to Hardwired. This will be the end of our first ever podcast. Woo, yeah!
Yay.
All right, guys, thanks for
Finally.
listening. Bye.